podcast. Enjoy.
Hey people, this is Renee,
Bridget,
Felicia,
and this is episode 74 of Same Book, Three Time Zones.
Yes.
whoop, whoop.
The first book that we read together, I will say it like that, in 2026. Because, oh my gosh.
My Lord.
Come on.
My Lord.
We came in with a banger. We got to keep on going up from
Yeah,
here.
this was so good.
Okay,
good.
so for January's book of the month, we read The Last Man on Earth by Shae Sanders.
Shae, girl,
Wow.
you did your thing. My goodness.
Wow.
The title, the everything, the everything.
Let me tell you why you did your thing, because I mother freaking hated that man. The first couple of chapters, I was like, oh, this finna get his, like, no, absolutely not.
I was like, she bet not talk to this. Yeah, I hated him too. I was like, how dare
he was
you?
so disrespectful. I'm like, this mother, that's what, and she was holding her peace, and I'm like, no, I don't give a cuss him out. This your last flight anyway. Cuss him.
Exactly.
It was bad on the plane.
On the
He
plane.
was bad on the plane.
So wait, that's still like you coming in
On
with
the
that
plane.
man. That
Yeah.
pissed me off.
Because I was like, when I was reading it, I was like, what kind of book is this? What
Right?
to? My
Because I was gonna
God.
be mad the whole time if that was who we were supposed to fall in love with.
Yes.
I was like, oh shoot, this
I
gonna
know.
go down disaster.
But honey.
Woo! Talking about character development and growth. My gosh. Okay, so
When you go through that, you have no
you ain't got no
choice.
choice, right? Okay, let's set the scene. I'm sorry because we just got excited. It was really, really good, and it was like we kind of read it. First, Bridget read it, then I read it, then Felicia read it, so we couldn't talk with each other. She was like, "Why y'all ain't read it yet? We supposed to read it, and I can't talk to nobody."
He was like, we gotta change the date. I was like, what are you talking about?
I want to talk about it now. I'm like,
I came up with the date.
I was like, you're the one who said. But yeah, it was funny. I was like screenshotting her stuff once I finally got into it because I was so mad, and some stuff he was saying was just he was a mess. But you know, I still hate Villain. I don't care. I love Vincent. I don't like Villain. He can go.
Hey, he both of them. Me in there at the end, he was back in the groove. He was Villain on and doing that.
I
his
guess
lyrics.
Whatever,
honey. I take them.
Okay, so this story starts off with, like, we met Ariana, Ari, but she's I would say like a flight attendant, but it's on like a private planes, luxury private planes. So they're used to doing, traveling with like stars and football, all kind of stuff like that. And she was just explaining like this was her last flight because she was about to go back to school, right? To get like another degree.
Mm-hmm.
And she's really close with the pilots. And they were like having their little conversation, just saying like their goodbye because it's like their last round. And I'm like, oh, they were kind of telling her or kind of warning her about the guy. Because I mean, he's a typical rapper, right? She's 37. So she just at this part of her life. She ain't got no kids. She ain't, she's kind of single. I mean, Luca, did he really count 3 weeks? So she living her best life. Her twin sister has like 2 daughters, a husband, and they kind of live in like different type of lives, but she kind of loves like how everything is set up. So we like, okay, girl, get it. We with you.
Her sister was telling her, before she went, she was like, man, you should get with him. You should do this. You should do that.
Yeah.
She's like, no, he is
fine.
such a kid.
Get a picture.
Right. She ain't see that though.
Yeah.
She ain't see all that.
Yeah, the nieces was talking about get a picture and stuff. They call her all excited because they want to see and meet and all that kind of stuff. And she just like, nah, I'm working. And she agreed. They should have been listening to that daggone music.
Mm-hmm.
For the stuff he be saying. So now Mr. Villain and his entourage pulls up and, he describes what he saw.
When he saw that fine chocolate mocha standing at the top of those stairs, child, he was on cloud 9. He said, I'm going to get me some of that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on your way to your daggone wedding, huh?
Hey, bachelor party.
This is last hurrah.
Hurrah. Yeah.
No, ain't no. No.
That's what they was expected to do. They knew what was going to go down.
Yeah, I guess so.
All they had to do was go to the back of the plane. You know what I'm saying?
Girl, not the Mile High. They were just disgusting, like how they were treating her. Like, this is a grown mother freaking woman. So he's 27, so I'm assuming everybody around his age except for his nephew.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Miss
It's
K.
Katie. Yeah.
That was a hot mess.
Hot, hot.
I was just mad the whole time. And I'm
I
just
was
like,
too.
the
I
hell?
was
Like,
too.
what is this for? And then, but listen, this what got me though, because I didn't read the synopsis. I do that on purpose.
I don't think I did either.
I did not know this was finna be no day go. It crashes and we finna be on Survivor. I didn't know that's what this was.
I did.
So when that plane started, I'm like, wait, like it's what's gonna happen? And now I'm thinking like Last Man on Earth. I'm like, oh, you mother freaking lying. And like she wouldn't, because I remember she had to buckle him up because he wouldn't buckle his seat and stuff, and it was just so just childish. But then it went into like serious mode, you know, when the turbulence started hitting.
Turbulence is normal though, so I still didn't get it until they crashed. I still
Yeah,
But it was
really? I
crazy
was
turbulence
scared.
though. It was strong.
It was just the way that she kind of like couldn't even get back to her seat. It's like everybody had the fear, and I'm thinking like, oh, these grown men, y'all talking all that stuff, and they, I'm sorry, cause y'all dead. I didn't think everybody.
everybody.
I didn't think everybody. Like the only people that survived that freaking crash was Ari, Villain, Vincent, and Miss K, and Miss K barely, cause you know she had stuff on top of her. Like he was like, he saw his family and stuff. He was like trying to like, he just realized that they were dead, and he kept trying to like block it out, so that he could do what he needed to do to get Miss K out, because you know she was alive. He had to help Ariana out because something was on top of her, and it was just craziness because like that's all I kept thinking was the freaking nephew. That's the one that got me the worst.
Yeah, that hurt.
Because his mama didn't want him to go. He was 19, you know, he was just like, you know, it's a last minute thing. And I'm like, oh, like, how do you even, all the people you love, your cousin you grew up with, like a brother, like he gone, your people. And she was like telling him, because Ari was injured and was telling him like what to do, what to go grab. And then she tried to help him get some stuff. And then she was like, I smell gas, you know, it's about to like, it's going to start a fire. We got to hurry up and get stuff. And he was like, kind of like brushing that off. Not thinking that she knows what she's talking about because he didn't really, and then the sparks, I mean, it was a lot fast.
A lot, so fast. And my heart was racing the whole time. I'm like, oh my gosh, they finna die. What is going on?
Right?
What's going on? It was so
like,
scary.
Where they at? Is, you know, like, is anybody like, you know, you could crash, but it's like, you may have crashed near, but like, they ain't crashed near nothing. They was in a freaking forest. Like, that was, man. And I'm like, and he kept saying like, but we ain't gotta like try to survive because they gonna come and get me. You know the freak I am. Like they gonna come.
I'm like, they sure is. Like they are. Like
I was hoping
it's because of who you are. Like I was with him.
I was hoping, but my mind kept going to Last Man on Earth. I'm like, they gonna be here for a minute. I ain't know it's gonna be that long as they was, but they was gonna be there.
My mind wasn't going back to the title. It wasn't going back. I guess I was just like, man, I was in the moment with them. I was watching the movie with them. I was in the sun. I had pain. I had scrapes. I was hungry.
Oh. And then Miss K was in so much pain, but then nobody know what to do. And then he had the drugs and stuff. So he was trying to, you know, and then of course, like Ari was like looking down on him because of certain things. He kept snapping because things that she would say. So I'm like, people talked to him crazy a lot when he was coming up. Because everything he was like defensive about. Even the stuff that she didn't say that was, you know, that it wasn't condescending. She was something she was just saying. And he got mad at. But other stuff she was. Because she, you know, he's a young person. And it's like, it was bad. It was bad. You're just moments when reality will hit them and, you know, like they are where they are. They have how they going to use the restroom. We got all this, you know, food and water and stuff. Like this should last us. It's going to last us. It's going to be, and it lasted them a pretty good minute. I'm like, y'all must have gotten
they
food.
stretched it. Eating what? Five almonds, 4 almonds at a time with a piece of apricot or something, child.
That was just my part. Cause like you can tell, you kind of felt the fact, you felt that because he was really close with the photographer, which is Miss K. He was almost like a mom because he didn't have that type of relationship when he, you know, with his. And like you kind of felt that she was gonna go because of the pain that she was in, and it was nothing that they could do because it was like internal. And
You
that's always, she was like really lethargic, and it was just like no, because he just lost everybody else. And I'm thinking like maybe she'll survive it, but then the way that they were describing how she was like that second
Couldn't move
day
or
didn't
nothing.
last that
Mm-hmm.
long.
Yeah.
It was bad. And she ended up, they went to sleep and woke up and she didn't, you know.
it seemed like she told him goodbye though. It's like she
She
knew.
did.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
knew.
she knew. Um, and like he, broke down with that. And it's just like hard because it's like on one point you like he was acting so hard. And you usually know that when they do that, that's a facade,
Yeah.
And just to see it break down so fast.
Yeah. Neither one of them wanted to listen to each other pretty much,
No,
'cause
they
she
did.
was, this is not saying the crash is her job, but I'm saying, to hold everything together. She was the person to do that. But then you got villain over here trying to be all macho and all this. Boy, you don't know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know nothing.
He was very resourceful though. Like that blew my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Cause my
What all the
question,
stuff that he did?
yes,
Yes.
the things
Yeah.
that he thought of, the ingenuity of like how to build this and do that and what like all these different things. Like she had a need and he was like, all right, let's figure out how we gonna, do it once they kind of got into their groove because they kept bumping heads a lot.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
first time. And like they had the hope and she was like, ain't nobody coming. And he was like, man, they coming. And then he kind of switched and like, about him being like, ain't nobody coming. And she like, nah. It was kind of funny how that kept happening. But they really had to learn how to lean on each other. They had to learn how to like
Mhm.
open up to each other. Like they saw each other's like insecurities and things because she had like panic attacks and
Yeah.
like oh my, and he's just like not knowing what to do with it. I always say how fine she is though, but not not really knowing like how to deal. He's 27, he has a fiance, he's married just because she said
Just
to do it. Like
she with him
immature.
for the money. He never really have to do anything. His team did everything.
True, that is very true.
That's what happens when you have money. You got all these people for this, for food, for shelter, for whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. You can't
but
just
he
call
grew up
nobody.
day by
Yeah.
day,
Yeah. Because
day by day.
let
I
me see,
think
like,
when
oh
he
my
made that
gosh,
fire the first time.
the fire.
It took him a while, but he got it.
He figured it out. He had his knife. They had certain things that were very helpful,
Right.
So I'm like,
The
okay.
lighter. He had a
Yeah.
lighter, the
Yeah.
knife, the axe.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, the pigs.
girl, but like when he built that shelter, because like her Ari's leg was injured, so like for a while, like she couldn't really help as much. So he kind of had to do everything, and it was almost like he just automatically became like protector. And I remember like he would leave her sometimes to go look for the water.
Oh, yeah.
And he was saying he was
Yeah.
doing it for her, and he would feel so like heartbroken when he didn't make it because he don't know where you're going, and he's like losing the, losing where he is. I mean, because they were in a freaking forest, like it's gonna look like the same thing.
That was cute though, Ari's Ocean.
He has some like common sense moments, like tying something on something to make sure you know where you're going. And
Yeah.
it was like a lot of compartmentalizing when he had to like get a shirt or the luggage or something that was, from everybody. But he was like, I don't even know whose shirt this is. I can't even think about that right now. And he had to rip it to tie this or do that. And I was just like, it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was very detailed. It was very
Yeah.
well told. And it's just like, I would so read this again over, like, for sure.
Yeah.
I need to get I want the print copy. I need to get a signed copy. I didn't know where she gonna be at. So I can get it. Because this was so well done, and it was just like the everything, like you said, that time when he made the bed and stuff and whatever for them, so they gonna have to sleep on the floor, and then she heard something, okay, and they didn't know what. I'm like, what the freak is in this forest? Because we don't.
I didn't think it was gonna be a doggone pig.
I didn't know,
Yeah.
because you don't know where they at, right? So you think like, could it be like some type of cat, some type of something?
Yeah.
but it was
That's
a
what I thought.
boar.
Yeah.
And they are crazy. Like, they are aggressive
Yeah.
with the razor sharp tusks. Like, I'm glad it was just that. I ain't lying, because if it was like a cat or something,
Yeah.
they would have been dead.
It,
I don't believe, they would have survived that with a pig. Um, but yeah, they were just very attentive to each other after a good while, and it was like they would have their routine of how they would get into things. And he finally found the water for her, and it was like the biggest thing ever. It was like a 15-minute walk, and they went out there, and she got to bathe, and he was watching. Said he was gonna watch. We knew he was gonna watch.
Of course he gonna watch. He been watching her the whole time.
yeah.
Yeah,
If
definitely gonna look.
if you was me, wouldn't you watch too? I'm like, dang, okay.
But yeah, they were doing some of the stuff they did that we would kind of think of, like the seaweed with the big help sign, like, and the other things, it was just like I wouldn't even know how to build some type of shelter, or like how to weave this together and put this together. I'm like, where did you get that from?
You're gonna learn, honey. You're gonna
You
learn.
have to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And I like when it seemed like she was getting domesticated, should I say.
oh yeah.
When she said, I don't know how to be
Yeah.
did she say a wife or something, when he would go out and look for stuff, and then she said, well, I ain't doing nothing. I guess I'll sit down and prepare a meal so it could be ready when he get back. Girl, what meal? Y'all eating popcorn. What, popcorn and that's all they had. Salted caramel
It was some
popcorn.
jerky. Yeah.
Jerky.
Yeah, and some jerky. Girl, I laughed. Right, I was like, what are you preparing?
She put it on the plate, like, here it is, and look what I did. I'm like, girl, stop. That was too funny to me. I'm like, you really did nothing for nobody. You ain't even gave a person a snack.
Oh my God,
That was too funny. Okay, I have a few questions. I guess I'll start with, do you think you would have survived that?
No.
No.
But okay, how do you think you would have went out?
I would have dehydration.
That was my thing. I was like, I probably would be. Yeah.
I probably ate up the food faster. To be
I would
honest,
die from the anxiety attack.
and them bugs at night. I'm not an outside girl. My gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that part.
Would have got me the first day I was screaming.
He had to clean the fish. He had to scale it. You got to scale it. You got to clean out the guts.
Yes.
I guess when you're in that situation and you hungry, you starving, like for real, like dire.
Yeah.
I guess we would turn that way, but right now, looking at me, I ain't gonna make it.
It would have took me a minute to be like, wait, like, because you don't want to, like, that's the thing, like, you don't want to die, so you end up like trying to figure out, okay, we gonna need, because this food, that's what her thing was, like inventory almost with the food, like, we finna be out of water, we finna be like, if they don't come get us with such, and like, they kept trying to put things off sometimes because believing that somebody was gonna come, but seeing how scarce your resources were, I just applaud him for even, like, once they found the beach, I'm gonna figure out how to make this. We gonna get some fish. He saw a crab. He said he was gonna watch and see how the crab, does his thing to know how to get them. Like, he was like he said, locked in, like these kids be saying, like, he was not this was not finna kill him. Okay. But the water situation, when they started getting dehydrated, I feel like by that time, they both had she gave in. Because he wasn't
She was pregnant then.
Huh?
He was pregnant by then, right?
No. When they were dehydrated, he had to go get the clean water?
Yeah. She wasn't?
I don't think so. I mean, they just started, like, having sex by that time. But the clean water?
Yeah, she was pregnant because he had noticed, because I guess he get calm with sucking on her boobs, and he noticed how it was
But they had clean water by that time. I'm saying when he had to go find that stream of water and he had drank.
That's when he brought it back. When he brought it back and he had already been drinking it, and then he was throwing up, and then he slept by the beach, and then she came and gave him water.
Yeah,
she had cleaned the water. So
but she cleaned it.
Yeah, knew she was pregnant. He did know she was pregnant because he was like, I got to get you some fruit. Right after
I remember that, yeah.
Right after he had threw up and stuff, but he hadn't said nothing to her.
It had been a while before he went and got the water. It's been a while.
I know he did the fruit thing. That's before he told her about her being pregnant. But I thought the water happened, after they were there for a while, but they hadn't they abstained for a minute,
From sex?
Yeah.
Oh no, they was doing it then when he went to get the water.
Because I was saying, my thing was them not having all the water that they needed, right? And then they were having sex, and it was like her staying wet, even though she's not getting enough water situation. That's what the conversation was. Yeah. I don't remember her or him talking about her being pregnant by that time. I thought that came a little after they got the clean and fresh water and figured that out. I could be very wrong, but that's how my mind is seeing.
Maybe that's when that's when he figured it. Maybe that's when he figured it out, when he was on the beach, when he was sucking on her boobs.
Yeah, I remember that. Because I know, okay, so when they needed water, they were running out of water. They were already like, how did it happen the first time? I think it's when he saved her from the boar.
Yeah, that's the first time.
Is that when okay.
Look, I think he deserved it a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's when he got some. Yeah,
got to know each other already. He didn't have the conversation. She knew that he wasn't really for the woman he finna marry, and he was like wanting her and letting her know that that he was willing for all of that. I'm like, yeah, you done saved my life and killed a beast for me.
I know.
Yeah.
That conversation was funny though. When he was like, so what I gotta do?
That part.
He say, and then when he goes say they all the same, he say it's always something. Like for her, it was the money and stuff, but you did what you need from me, but y'all all need something.
Yeah.
Whatever. And what did she want? What did she say? She want the
princess treatment in the goddamn wilderness.
Go kill something and bring it back to me. What she say? Wipe the sand off my feet.
Massage it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what did he end up doing right immediately?
Right then, right? Oh man.
Girl, give me your foot right to daggone now.
Mm-hmm.
But he did what he's supposed to do. He was letting her know, okay, I'm doing what you asked now. Cause my desires are known. Ain't no question. Cause we don't want to. But what Talisha was saying, like, if she was like in her shoes, she probably would have been able to survive, like being like a flight attendant and kind of knowing like the emergency stuff. I guess that she did know some of the stuff. But yeah, in like that she didn't have to do much on her own or, for herself, except like homebody stuff. But yeah.
First got there and their phone didn't work. Oh my goodness. I would have broke down. Like, what you mean? I can't call for help. Oh man.
Have an SOS button. Like
the whole way trying to get service somewhere.
Ain't it some type of like thing you could do even if you don't have signal, like it's a SOS?
That's what I thought. 911 on your list.
Like, yeah, this is where I'm at. Like
yeah. That's crazy.
Ooh, I'm stressed out just thinking about it.
Like everybody phone work, they own, but you can't do nothing with it. Like what is the point of this thing if it can't save me?
Mm-hmm.
So they were somewhere like deep off, because it was just no communication with the outside world. There was nothing nearby. I don't know, because there wasn't no indigenous people either.
Yeah.
So many people live, and it's like, like where y'all at?
When he found the fruit and he was like, this is how we're gonna find out whether it's poisonous or not.
That was smart.
I wouldn't have thought of that.
I wouldn't either.
Oh,
let me tell you something. I don't know what I probably would have licked it and said, okay, my stomach hurt. Because that was smart. And only one of them was we would have died from right there. Like, and just like him, I wouldn't have thought it's a spring water. I wouldn't have thought.
Yep, I would have drunk.
Because I would have did what he did and drank it right then. Thank goodness for the Stanley Cup. And they were able to boil it.
I'm glad she was there because he wouldn't have went through her stuff. But no, he did clothes and stuff.
Yeah, he
was
got the
so
punches, yeah.
like ashamed with the pain that he was in afterwards, and he had did he crap himself?
He had to because she
I feel
cleaned.
like she said soiled, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe he always had a boo-boo in there. You know how maybe he had boo-boo in the underwear.
No, he was sick. Like he was throwing. It was coming out both ways. He was sick.
Right, that
I
part.
didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. I just thought,
No.
maybe he just had some streets.
No.
No.
Yeah. He was like that because he was going through that. Oh man, ain't no way I wouldn't have made no jokes about that. I would have helped, but I would have been like, shit.
That's
Yeah.
what it was.
Mhm.
But yeah, then she ended up washing it and stuff, and he was like, "Oh, thank you," like, cause that was a lot. Gosh, they went through a lot, man, and it was like once he recognized her body after and she was like, "I'm on uphill." This stupid self after he kind of realized, but I know you said it to her after he told her, but talking about like, "I'm sorry that my my sperm is potent."
I know, because they both was on birth control and both got pregnant. Oh my
Because
goodness.
I was thinking the first girl, maybe not. But then when she got hit, I was like, oh, wait.
Uh-huh.
Girl, and y'all been out there forever. How you think this? You only had one pack anyway. That's going to get you 1 month.
You know what?
And you held off that long time. Y'all ain't even do nothing then.
I don't think she realized. Because they didn't know how long they would, they couldn't really keep up with the time. They would have been ways you could have, but they didn't. I know when they had the water, like they had to move. They decided to move the their shelter and stuff like closer. And I remember when it was a storm, and she was like losing it because everything was gonna get wet and everything was gonna be ruined and all this kind of stuff. Like he really was there for her in ways that I don't think she ever would have even thought that his mentality would take him. To support her in that way, because neither one of them have ever had like love.
Yeah.
Like nothing that, like he said, that's not transactional. And it pissed me off because she said transactional, and I'm thinking she was like thinking like, damn, what you been through. He was like, I know what that means. I'm like, that's not what she's saying.
He got offended quick. I'm not dumb. Like okay.
Dang, bro, anybody calling you?
Shoot.
But they both changed though.
They did.
Like he grew up and then she changed with him, because who would ever saw them together, from the past? Oh my gosh, what? Never. But it's like each chapter she softened up a little bit more for him and cared about what he thought, the stuff that he was doing or might do for him. I was like, okay, girl. Okay. Oh, I see you.
And that, okay. Here's my other question. Because we know at this point why he's getting married, right? And like he really don't care. Would you have tried to honor that though if he didn't? As far as like not going there because you really are like supposed to be with somebody else. Because you said you will. Is this like, I'm gonna be with you now, but when we go back to our regular lives, if we do, we don't know each other? Or it was like that's already dead and this is what it is.
They probably went into it thinking maybe things will change when they leave there. Okay, because this is just, we're here, nobody shit, whatever. But they didn't know, first of all, that they was going to be there forever and a day.
That's true.
And they grew towards each other, to each other, with each other. That was some hard stuff out there.
Also,
go ahead, Felicia.
I thought you was stuck. Go ahead.
Oh.
Okay, so I was thinking that it's just what it is when we out here and then we go out separation when we leave until she got pregnant. That changed everything. They truly fell in love with each other there, and now they got a baby coming, so they're never not gonna not be around each other. And if you already love her, why not, be with her afterwards? So I feel like after you have a baby and you in love with this person,
Well, she was in love with them. They was in love with each other before.
They were. They really were.
Yeah, but without a baby, I don't know if they would have still.
I think they would have. I mean, that's.
I see what you mean.
I can understand that, but man, you've been through nobody out there but you, day and night, every day, y'all together, wondering, talking,
Yeah.
and
I just
fighting
I
animals.
just took it as a trauma bond.
I was
Like
gonna say, yeah.
we just we did what we had to do. That's it. Like I think
But
it was
your heart, come on, man. Like yo, their hearts didn't feel that way. Because I'm like, if someone convinced them enough, if the baby wasn't in the picture, would they have like taken it as being just a trauma bond and that's it? Because I feel like it was deeper than that, right?
Yeah,
Obviously it was, but it's like the way that they started, it didn't immediately go to that. Like they really built a friendship,
yeah,
like they
yeah.
really did what people supposed to do when you're building a relationship, but not on purpose. But it was like that was the only person that they had, and yeah, it's like over time, it's like whatever was in the regular world kind of didn't even matter anymore because
Nope.
are we gonna be here forever? Like it's like we gotta try to figure out how we just gonna, at some point I'm like, are y'all gonna try to go find somebody? Are y'all gonna try to navigate through this place to find civilization? But
I guess they could have, but I guess it was safe to be just right there because they
yeah.
know it was right there until the
Oh
animals
man.
came in.
When okay, so when they were doing the do and they heard some sounds and it was a freaking plane the first time, and they went out.
jumping up and down
And
and
I was like, are you kidding me? They didn't see him, they didn't lower, they didn't nothing. Just like, and like your hope just went because you like, F this place. Cause like I can stay here forever with you. I love you. Oh my gosh, we can just make this work because, and then, oh shoot, soon as, and had that hope. That was just, it was heartbreaking. I'm like, dang, man, how they gonna get out of this? I thought that was their only chance.
Me too. I was like, yep, all right, we here for the long haul. And
Right,
then
because ain't nobody could. I'm like, they can't see us. I guess if they flying up, they can't see us.
yeah.
You know,
And I ain't looking because this is not a place that people will be.
that's true too. I mean, and she would make sure before like that sign was like doing what it's supposed to do. But
After that,
after a while, it was like they were just kind of accepting their fate in a sense and just gonna try to make a life out of it because nobody was coming. I loved when like after he found, he and this is when I was started sending stuff to Aunt Bridget because he was kind of hint and ask questions when she didn't know she was pregnant, and he was like, how the lady stuff been going on? The monthly thing, like since you out here and stuff, and she was just like, I'm on my, I have the pill, it's whatever the word she used. And then he was like, the changes in her body and stuff. How you been doing this and doing that? And she like, what are you trying to say? Like the frustration, like, what are you trying to say? I was like, wonder why I mean, he was trying to think about how she would take it. Cause that would
He
be
considered her a lot.
that would be
he knows her
devastating.
anxiety. He already know her. Something she can't control.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And it's a kid. Like you're
Yeah.
out in the freaking wilderness. And once he finally like broke it to her, it was just like, what? Like, no, I would know.
He's like, I seen this before. Look, you sick because you're pregnant, not because of the fruit. I ate the
Right.
Like
fruit.
he's trying to kill her.
I ate the fruit too. It's not that. Like, yeah. And then because she never like looked at herself, right? And then she like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, that was like eye opening, but at the same time, I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like, you 37?
But how would she know? She wasn't thinking about
She had a sister.
Yeah, but it wasn't her body. She don't
No,
know.
not her body, not the body thing. I'm saying like just noticing like, body changes. No, like they don't talk. When I was pregnant, we talked about, like, oh, this and this, that, like but I'm thinking like at almost 40 years old, I don't think there's an excuse for that. Like you should know some things about your body and it
He
being
ain't
off.
thinking. They mindset ain't too right. Too
We
all
thinking
like
about
that.
not getting eaten by pigs. Like,
Let me tell you something.
I'm
No.
not thinking straight.
No.
That's all. That's
You
all.
should know.
Oh,
And then again, not knowing you out there that long, and he noticed like, so he told her and stuff, and it was kind of cute, not cute, but it was just when he had his axe and he made a plan because if something else came that was dangerous, now I gotta protect my family. Because now it's not just her, it's my family.
Man,
so he dug things
for her
in
to
the tree.
climb.
Yes.
I love him.
I was like, dang, man.
I was so hopeful for them. I just had hope that they would get together and be rescued.
And that boy, it came back.
I thought,
well, not the same one, but I thought they was gonna eat it the first time. I ain't lying, but I guess that was too soon.
Yeah, they was too scared that time. Yeah,
because he did get hurt. He got hurt pretty bad. With the first one, but this one he was like, hey, like you ain't coming for him. He told him up, and then he said, "I'm about to kill this motherfucker. We finna have some bacon
tonight." Yeah,
I'm like, boy, go ahead, put me on some pork chops. But it was just so cute how he just learned how to cook the fish and learn how to cook the crab, and like he did all these things that you never would have to do in real life, wrapping it in the leaf and like just understanding and trying different things to figure it out. And then they finally got it, and then they got another opportunity.
Wait, they had time. That's how they figured it out.
You ain't had no choice. Yeah. But they had to
try and laugh. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. What?
I said I was laughing so hard with him, like, cause he was just funny to me when with the food and stuff. He's like, "Dang, is that good?" Or he'll be like,
"It's not ladylike."
Cover your mouth. It's not ladylike. Yeah, I'm like, what?
All that licking and smacking.
That pissed me off. I was like, what the heck? What is you saying? But it was because it was turning him on.
Yes, that was funny. That was funny.
When he told her about the stripper, oh my God. I was like, what is wrong with him? He was like, yeah, it's just, and then like describing her and everything. The best stripper in Atlanta, Georgia, like Houston, like Miami. Like he just like,
I'm
like, where is this going? Why?
Right.
And then nothing compares to you. I'm like, dang, okay.
I know, right? I was like, I can't put myself in their shoes because I know what my body look like. But I was like, that was his adoration for her, like that kind of got me too, and how he wasn't afraid to say it,
But he did just want it though. He did he just wanted to.
It's like from the beginning, that's all it was, right? But then like afterwards, you would see it was different. It was a different type of like, yes, he wants to be it, but it was, their bond was different at this point. You actually had a chance because before last man on earth, no, you wouldn't.
No, definitely not.
But my gosh, when they are like set in like, okay, we finna have a baby like in the wilderness. She's like, what the freak am I gonna do? Ain't no die. He was like, what you think they was doing before? Like we finna get down to the daggone roots of humanity. You gonna do it like they did. But in kind of sort of, they thought they wouldn't have to anymore because another plane came, and this time it saw them. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you.
I didn't even think about what they were doing before they came.
And they always doing it. They had a mat out there.
Oh, where? That's exactly what they were doing.
They had a sex mat. A mat they would lay on the sand to do whatever by the water. Like, you would never think that anybody would do what happened later. That was stupid. But anyway, when the helicopter, because they when they said that they'll be here in an hour with a helicopter and they're gonna come and get you, asking if we're put your hand up if you're from a certain flight, and he like, I don't freaking know what the name of the flight is. But she did.
Whatever.
Like if I wasn't, you ain't gonna help me. Like I would have raised my hand too. They got all their stuff, and it was like just a realization, like this is really finna happen. Like we really finna get out of here. And then he thinking about like my people are still here, like their remains are still here. And like everything was just like hidden at once. And it was just like this chaotic scene when they were getting rescued because they had two different helicopters, one for her and one for him. And that whole separation thing, he was about to F them up. Y'all taking my baby.
Before they came back to get him, when the first chopper came, and they was like, they'll be back in an hour. And they talking about, come on, let's go get our things. What things?
I said,
you don't leave that trash.
I would have been sitting there for that whole freaking hour. Cause what did you bring in?
What's in the bags, girl?
I don't know what was in the bags, but there ain't nothing that you
can.
It ain't nothing you kept. I thought that too. Like, go get our stuff.
Just
And they had two
me and my
bags.
phone. Me and my phone. That's all
Get
it
your
is.
bag.
And forget that phone. I'm gonna get another phone. Like, I wouldn't want nothing. I ain't missing nothing. We finna sit here and wait.
They had me
Both
cracking
kind of
up.
sad though. They both was like, dang, because they both loved each other and just didn't want, to not be with each other. It
Yeah,
seemed like, yeah.
that was
Mm.
that was good.
Oh,
But yeah, like man, he was about to F people up if they didn't let him see that woman when they were taken to where they were taken. And it was like they were speaking Spanish to him. And it was just like the different parts of like having them in different rooms. They don't know what the other person's going through, what they, and all he's thinking about, like, she's pregnant with my kid. Like, that's my baby. Like, that's my woman. What are y'all doing? Why can't I see her?
He say, move or get moved, whichever you want to do. I'm cool with both. Like, if I gotta move, I will. Or you move by yourself,
Girl.
what I do? He
His
pulled his stuff off his arms. I was like, yeah, that's him.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like his session with the lady though, like when she had came to like kind of do an evaluation, I guess that's what they both were, they were getting cleared to go back to the States. But yeah, like she was introducing things that he, like I said, like the trauma bond situation, like how, they had to basically talk about everything that happened.
Yeah.
How did they survive? How did they do this? And I'm like, I saw, it was moments where I saw, I'm reading it, but moments when like the lady would smile or like, but she would have to hurry up and like get back serious. And he was like, oh, they got to act like they, don't react to anything. But just the fact that he was so protective and he took care of her and they figured everything, out that they needed to. It was quite impressive, but,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was just like coming back to reality. Like you kind of like trying to ease them back into something that, they understand that this might be really hard for them, but I guess they were trying to, what did she say? It was independent something to separate them. I guess that was necessary because he wanted to see the baby. She heard the baby's, heartbeat for the first time. And of course that had to be like kind of heartbreaking too because he wasn't there. But she, got to like my baby's alive and healthy, and they were definitely.
I wonder how they look.
Yeah, that's what I said. They were definitely like not malnutrition in a way, but like they ate very lean for a very long time, lost a lot of weight. Like she was saying, like she saw like the sunken, her eyes and stuff. They were partially, dehydrated, didn't have a lot of water, but they said
sand sores. Oh, he did.
Yeah. That was crazy. And they were supposed to, like, they said they was going to keep everything under wraps because of who he was. But some kind of way.
Somebody that money talk for them people.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh. But he finally got to, see her. And it was like now they're about to go into this, go back into the life that they had before. The people that were, he has first of all, when they learned how long it was gone.
9 months.
9.
Like,
what? Because I was just like, and I was reading, you remember, it's like a day later, next day, next week, whatever. And then it said months later. I said months. What? But yeah, they were there for 9 months doing that, surviving, for real surviving.
Brushing their teeth.
And I know, right? But it was like the fact that she was like just being in this building that seemed abnormal at that point because it was like noise. It was like when she was there, it was like everything adapted to that spot because she lived where she lived. It was busy. She wasn't always there. It was always coming and going. But she just had to be. And I think they kind of found themselves too. Just having to be because there was nothing to distract you, was nothing to pull you, was nothing. You had to sit there and like learn and develop yourself, if you don't like what you were, because you can't blame it on the outside no more. You ain't have a crutch no more.
Yep. But when it was time to go, he was like, we leaving here together. You listen to me. We leaving together.
But when they got to that airport and they got to
they should have said their goodbyes before because of course y'all families are there. Of course you're gonna.
That broke her heart when he
Yeah.
had dropped the hand.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't take it like that. Ah.
That's how she took it all the
He
time.
can't hold your hand while he hugging people.
That too. Shoot.
It ain't like he threw it and pushed us to the side. It was just like he dropped it. That was his son coming. You know, his family
The
who
only
ain't seen
bring
him.
that son up here with my family. Mm-mm.
And then her family seeing her like they just found out the night before that they were still alive, really, and they saw her, and then they was like, congratulations with the baby, and I'm like, who told them? And then we found out.
They did not know that. Look, ain't no way our family will be like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah,
his family, though, finding out that they still alive, like they so hopeful. Yeah, they could be so
everybody.
hopeful, like maybe somebody else is alive too.
Yeah.
You
Ooh, that part there when he's had to tell his aunt and uncle and his sister that they're, oh my
Ooh.
gosh.
I don't envy him at all, man. Oh my goodness. I
My
couldn't.
heart right now is like,
a
because that
lot.
has to be the worst thing you can have.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, no, don't leave me here and take my nephew. Like, just take me, keep
mm-hmm.
my nephew here, please.
Yep.
Ooh.
That was really rough. But now they're like getting like I think her parents had like an Airbnb, so they went their way, and then he went his way. And I remember him texting her or something at some point saying like, "Why you leave without saying goodbye?"
Yeah.
But it was just it was a lot of noise. It was a lot of stuff that had to be dealt with but wasn't. And I remember her dad cussed out her sister because she had showed her a video of something.
Oh
I'm at the
yeah,
park with his son and the
yeah.
girl, and it was
You
the
happy to be back with
drama.
your family? Of course. He
Like,
said, what was I supposed to
what's
say? I love my son, F this B.
like, what did you suppose? And you know what? I promise you, I almost kind of thought maybe she would have had moved on.
Oh, the girl.
hmm
Me too.
After
Why
like
would
9
she do
months.
that? But though, why would she do that? She living life. She got this money. What do you mean? Where's she going? They
Oh, I mean,
taking
just
care of
having a
her.
man. I'm not saying like not like using his stuff or having his stuff. I'm just saying like just having a person.
Oh, she might have. They probably just ain't say nothing. For real.
Yeah,
She didn't really love him.
yeah.
She was there for the money.
That's true.
But I like how he told her, when he was breaking it up, he was
hmm
saying how, you really need to find you somebody that you love, that you want to be with, it's going to take care of you. Not just for the money,
hmm
but, like a companion. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
he
grew up a
broke that off
lot.
smooth and was saying like because I don't know, it's like saw a picture video or something about them two when they went to the doctor because he went like as soon as he got home he made a list everything I got to get. She need to get a house in Atlanta, find a doctor, get her a car, get her this, get her that. She finna be set because that is my. And I was like, I don't know. Part of me was like, you should probably just talk to her first
Yeah.
about all that because she is again a 37-year-old woman. Like she's not somebody who's like looking for somebody to like to do everything for her because she was very independent. Um, but I mean, it still worked out. But the fact that he made sure he was gonna get her settled, and I'm thinking like I didn't know he was gonna still have a team. I'm thinking like, everything would have been like kind of dispersed after
Oh,
9
when he
months.
came
He's
back,
dead. You know.
that's what I thought too.
Yeah, but like everything kind of like went back to what it was, and he even told the girl when he was breaking up, like, you notice how you threw all my stuff out, and I just went to go get up. I just went to a hotel. I ain't coming there fighting with you. Like that's like the old me would have did that. Like I'm not even about that no more. Like he matured. Okay,
He did.
he became a grown man. His family even said that she grew you up. That island grew them up. You know.
Yeah.
Um that was good. People were calling him out. I remember when they went out to eat. He took her out to eat to that barbecue place where
Uncle
his
was like, why you bring your side piece? He like, that's what you think
right.
of her? Like,
Yeah.
no.
It looked bad to other people, but they saw what they saw. They had what they had, and it didn't matter what it looked like to other people. And I like that he still felt that way because he wasn't like trying to front, trying to hide her, trying to like whatever. Like that's my baby and her. Like yes, we were 9 months. We were that's real. What we have is real. What
Mm-hmm.
y'all think about it, I don't care. Because she had her, her little situation and like, um, with the girl calling her.
Luca
Girl,
is
not that
Luca.
fool. I ain't talking. And then he was married. He was
He
married.
married, a whole
Mad at
married
her, trying to make her feel bad. Like,
man.
boy,
Right.
shut up. But
Mm,
like, no, like she's, with her family, whatever. And then, girl ended up calling her, talking mess and stuff. And so she's kind of feeling like he doesn't want, like it was all just the island. Like that's all we had
Yeah.
that was real was at the island. But he made sure that she understood once he knew what she thought. And I mean, he did that like interview. I was like, that's it. Get married. Be done.
I
Finish.
know he got on live. They say, "What y'all was doing over there?" Then she was like, "Oh my goodness, don't say it, don't say it." He was like,
We was effing.
sleeping. He
He's sleeping a
said,
lot.
and a lot of effort. That sounds just like him.
Hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's like he was still himself, which is like the lively, like fun and silly. He'll probably keep her young forever. It was only 10-year difference, but still, he was very much like just a silly person. I feel like she needed that too.
Yeah.
And like the admission that she had about going back to school, that's what her plan. But it was like when people like me get bored, we just go get degrees and stuff. People do that. It's like you don't have any purpose and you're just looking for something to do to fulfill you instead of like actually like doing something that matters. And she was so vulnerable with him, which I don't think she was like that with anybody,
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was just beautiful how it turned out when they were like finally there and together with the house and he kind of came in. But I was like, when the baby was dropped off that same day, they remember she said she wasn't doing nothing with him until like they were in the same house together.
Oh yeah, but they did something in the car.
They did. I thought so. Oh wait, I thought somebody when the publicist called, I thought somebody
Mhm.
called that.
Me too. Me
Um,
too.
But
Man.
no, the
Yeah.
beach.
Mm-hmm.
There's pictures of you and her on the beach. He was like, okay, and what you think y'all was doing on the beach? Why would I be calling you?
Yeah.
He was like, wait, what? Like, who would do that? Like, that is just, ah.
Man. We gotta go back to that car scene.
Girl,
When
I
say
don't
she
know
said,
why she was playing
"Oh,"
hard to get. Go ahead.
when he asked to do something, she say, "Oh," so basically saying she the only one that haven't been with nobody. He was like, "I haven't touched that girl since I've
Indeed.
been back." She's like,
Yeah.
but yeah,
That was, I'm like, I thought so I was gonna walk out too, because they was in front of the house he bought her, okay? The whole
mhm.
family. And like got her own coordinator or something it was. I don't know what the word. And she was like, what does that mean? What you supposed to do? Like anything you got it like I mean, he set everything up, like brought her into his lifestyle, with no questions. Like it was just like, that's it, you with me. So what I do, you do. What I have, you have.
The
Um,
talk with her dad and him. Yeah, that was good.
That was a
That was
that was a
real
big
good.
boy moment. Okay, grown man, talk to her
Yeah,
daddy, and her daddy wasn't nigga,
He wasn't playing.
yeah. He didn't care about your fame, no nothing. He like,
right?
if you gonna be all in or go away. I was like, okay.
Yeah, like
But
make it
he ain't go
known.
in. He ain't go in flaunting his money and stuff that he had though. He was just
Yeah,
really being honest
yeah,
about how he felt about her. But he was like, it's not just all talk. You need to start doing something.
yeah,
Hmm.
And then he started feeling bad for him when he was telling him about all the funerals he had to go to. And
mm.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
yeah,
He had a lot to deal with before he could get into like a regular life. So like I feel like the grace she could have did more with like understanding that part. But I understand her mental too, and she pregnant. I
yeah.
mean, come
She
on.
pregnant. I ain't got
It's a lot like on
first
both
time
of them.
pregnancy.
Yeah. But they got through it. It was beautiful. They were happy, and I know the baby shower like freaked her out, and it was like I remember the twin. She wanted to go up there. He was like, just give her a minute. She's overwhelmed. Like he knew it immediately.
Cause
And
he been there, girl. He
yeah,
experienced it. Listen
like
to
I'm her
him.
twin. I can, and she
He should
found
be like,
out like, oh, okay. Like
I
and you
know my sister better than me.
Right,
Okay.
but she was upset with that. She was like, "You're closer to someone, that like it was always us." And like she's like, "I'm like your number four." Okay. It's okay, but like it was a good moment. And yeah, once they found out about the pictures and stuff, like his team they dealt with it, but they didn't deal with it before it can get out and everybody else saw it. And I was like, ew, that has to suck. But she took it like a champ once she kind of like realized, it's not his fault. I mean, yes, he's famous, and that's why it was worth what it was worth, but he didn't do anything wrong. They were in there, and whatever, it is what it is at this point. But not her having a freaking contraction and this fool saying, is it a real one or is it a Tony Braxton? And I'm like, I'm about to punch you.
That's something I was saying.
That was
wait.
we not still having to be in the wilderness giving birth to your baby.
Pretty much, yes, out there.
Then the baby wasn't crying. Oh my goodness, I was so stressed. I was like, no.
Girl, that's hard because that happened with Zoe, like for the first few minutes, and I was like, oh my, I'm gonna, if she don't breathe, I'm dying. Because they were doing all this kind of stuff, and I'm like, that pain that took me back because I'm like, she was healthy the whole time. Baby was healthy. And like, she's not, I don't even know how they would have taken that if that happened. But baby, like he got walked through with the doctor. She was like, I gotta squat. I have to squat. That's the natural way. We're supposed to be squatting, but they be having it on the back, and that's what makes it so hard. But they got through it. And I think like a bystander, right, drove and helped them.
And I was wondering, like, who is this person? Where you came from?
Yeah.
But it's gonna come back up.
I know, right? But she gave birth on the side of the freeway on the shoulder with the other baby was in the car. What, he like 2, 3, 2? He was in the car too. I'm like, he sure ain't saying much. I'm like, he crying.
Baby back up. Yeah. That was weird.
But yeah, they had the baby in the car and they named her Isla after their island. I was like,
that's where she was conceived.
And before she even like on the same day, before she was like, they gave birth and they was at home, he was like, I want to marry you. And she was like, is that a question? Is that you asked?
No.
Like, no, I'm telling you. Like, but yeah, he wanted to do it like that night. Like, she was like, let's, and they had to wait anyway, because the baby said, nah, I'm coming. I'm here.
Yep. Yeah.
I think that was good. That was good.
That was good.
I was really happy.
Because like y'all done been through everything together.
Everything. You hear me?
Mm-hmm. Like what could be worse than that?
That's gonna be life. You gonna have a good life. Like I know they were chilling, enjoying their life.
JR, because he was just like, he was there. He was happy. He was fine. He was good. I was like, oh yeah, they're good. My little sister's in there. Yeah, they gonna be good. And like months later, then they got married in like the backyard or something.
Yes, and then they went to the honeymoon at the island.
Yes, with the baby. Yes.
I love it.
That was like 30 stars. That was wonderful. That was good.
That was really good.
Oh, when they was leaving, getting back on the airplane, and then they made sure that they was constantly talking to them and keeping them, making them feel okay. I felt that. Everything, all the details, so good.
Having to get back on the plane, like, oh shoot, but the commercial plane was bigger, and then found out it was a girl. They cut corners.
But yeah, that's crazy.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Everybody got sued, so they ain't got to do nothing for the rest of their life if they don't want to.
For their life.
He was in the studio making that, making music, so I'm good, happy with that. But yeah, it was just really good. I don't even know what to say about it. We done said it, but that was good. Vincent, I felt in like, if you do all that for me, I'm in it for life. I will be the side piece. Like, you are me. You are my man for life. If you survive, like, man, yeah, that was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed every minute of it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I guess that's it.
That's it.
The whole book.
Ain't no favorite character. It's not a favorite character book.
Nah, that was the whole story, the whole scene, the whole everything was the favorite. Like that was really well done. Okay, so that was January's book of the month, The Last Man on Earth by Shae Sanders. Wonderful.
That's all we got.
That's all we got.
Yes.
We We are out.
What do you say?